I came to see that everything in life is about relationship and the way in which we relate to everything. And I felt that even with the darkness. Like, how do we relate to darkness? How do we relate to light? How do we relate to each other? How do we relate to self? And that was the theme that just kept coming up over and over again, was just how we choose to relate and the conditioning that maybe gets in the way at times of relating in the way that we desire to. But yeah, it really, everything felt like it just comes back down to relating. That's why we're here. I explored so much about myself and how I relate to the world and to other people and to the earth and all sorts of things like that, and had a very felt somatic sense of the way certain conditioning has gotten in the way of purely relating. And yeah, navigated through so many memories and places and times and almost like every era I've ever inhabited, pretty much. Every person I've ever been around. And just like how it felt in my body to be around those people or in those spaces. And I excavated so many positive memories. I think for me, in the light in regular life, I very self-critical and very much look at my past through a magnifying lens, and something else happened in the dark, which was like levity came in. Everything felt much lighter, and the things I were able to access were more of the positive experiences of my life, not necessarily the negative ones that have shaped me. And that was a fascinating kind of reframe. And it came back to, yeah, that sense of how do we relate? And like that I was missing this other half of excavating and looking at my life and experiencing my life of like all of the joy and the beauty and all of the goodness too. There is something in our culture that seems to pride itself on suffering, and so to look like you are suffering all of the time is a lifted up quality in some ways, you know, and to be constantly striving and achieving and seeking to fix oneself and all of these things, it's like it's a way of filling empty space in some ways. It's also, again, an absence of that ability to relate in the way you truly desire. You create all of this extra work and all of this extra stuff that needs to be done. And yeah, to me it was that. And then I think there was this, just sense that like just being that out here doesn't feel like it's enough a lot of the time, but in there I was able to deeply tap into a sense of like, oh, I'm just okay to just be, you know, like I don't need to do anything. There's none of this doing and whatever that needs to come. And so that inner critic is constantly the voice of just trying to get you to do more, you know.